Hey guys, it's Grant and welcome back to Wellness Thursday. This week we're continuing with our theme, which is relationships. Last week we talked about the relationship you have with yourself, and we've got some new types of relationships this week.
So this week we're going to be talking about healthy versus unhealthy versus abusive relationships, and we're going to hear from some SWAP students, which is our Student Wellness Ambassador program, about what the definition of those are.
And we will also see some examples of what those look like.
A healthy relationship, whether it is romantic or not, is when two people can communicate with each other openly, have hard discussions with each other, and do it respectfully without any issues between the two people. People will be able to talk about feelings with each other, respect each other when they're speaking to each other, and empathize with each other through respectful talking.
In an unhealthy relationship, one person tries to make most of a decision, and disagreements often lead to fights. If your friend, family member, or romantic partner is repeatedly dishonest or inconsiderate to you, tries to control your decisions and other relationships, or doesn't seem to listen or care when you try to communicate your feelings or needs to them, then you are probably in an unhealthy relationship.
An abusive relationship is when one partner is actively disrespected, ignored, demeaned, and their ideas and feelings are treated with contempt. It can also be when someone is afraid to disagree because they don't want to run the risk of their partner's anger, abuse, and/or violence. When someone's wants and needs are ignored and they are pushed into situations that frighten or degrade them.
Friends should lift you up, not pull you down. Think of somebody you respect. Now think of somebody you fear. What's the difference between the one you respect and the one you fear? A respectful relationship is a healthy communication of thoughts, hopes, and needs. This goes for relationships with your teachers too. If you have a disagreement, you should compromise or listen to the other side and consider the fact that you might be wrong. Unhealthy relationships are those that are controlling. These relationships are characterized by dishonesty, jealousy, judgment, and insensitive conflict. Let's talk about conflict. Conflict can be emotional or physical and can be passive or aggressive. If your friends are constantly putting you down or making you feel inferior to them, this is unhealthy passive conflict. This can also include embarrassing you in front of others, pointing out your insecurities, or even purposely excluding you from your friend group to make you feel isolated or unwanted. Abusive, aggressive relationships involve constant criticism, distrust, or unpredictability, and it's often common that they will blame their actions on you and make you feel like their abuse is your fault. Treating you roughly, like grabbing, hitting, or pushing you, is not normal. In fact, unhealthy relationships in general are not normal. So what type of relationship do you have with your friends, family, teachers, or partner? And how do you fix a relationship that's gone wrong? The key to a healthy relationship is communication and setting boundaries. If the relationship has turned abusive or violent, it's time to walk away and report the abuse to a trusted adult. Being pressured to do something you don't think is right is never okay, and in a healthy relationship, your boundaries should be respected. A healthy relationship is a fun relationship that should make you feel happy and supported. For Open Den, I'm Vivian Cassina.
Now that you know the difference between healthy, unhealthy, and abusive relationships, we encourage you to take those definitions and use them to assess the relationships in your life. It's also important to remember that you don't get to choose every relationship. For example, friends and romantic partners are people who you choose to be with. And people like your family, well, you don't really get to choose.
And it's always important to know that if you ever feel like you're in an unhealthy or abusive relationship, you can always talk to someone at the Wellness Hub or a trusted adult here at Novato, because there are so many around that want to help you all the time.
That is so true, Henny.
Stay classy, Novato!